Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Buffalo SportsCenter. I am Don, and today we have a little bit of a debate, sort of. It's going to be only debated by me, and I will be debating with myself. And the subject, of course, since you guys saw the thumbnail and the title, you know it's about Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and whether or not he is the future goalie for the Buffalo Sabres. This is an interesting question that usually begins with, in the answers, of course, they begin with the words, yeah, but. So today I'm going to try to clear up that yeah, but argument. But before I do that, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, let's start talking here a little bit about this question that I've been pondering for some time now. After watching Luukkonen's strong play in January, I think Sabres fans were like, wow, maybe there's something here in the Sabres net. But when you look a little further back, when you look at his starts in early December, late November, it wasn't too hot for Luukkonen. He wasn't great. He gave up 5 goals against Toronto in his season debut. He gave up 6 goals against Tampa in his third start of the season. He gave up 5 more against Colorado. It starts like that really just downflated his stats. That really hurt UPL on the stat sheet for most of the season. And while I believe that he has definitely grown, he's still not even close to a top 15 goalie in this league. Yeah, he makes some clutch saves late in third, but we still need to see more from him. We need to see more consistency. Not so much giving up 3 goals a game per se, just making some of those routine stops that he isn't necessarily making right now. He hasn't made too many of them, and because of that, the Sabres still have not improved too much defensively. Although, I will say, recently, he has been improving. But for now, let's look at his stats overall from the season. He's got 6 Ks in his name, and he also has that same number of losses at the All-Star break. He is 13-6-2 with a .330 goals against average and a .899 save percentage. So those aren't bad. They're a little below average, given what's been going on league-wide to goaltenders. Scoring is up in the NHL as well this season, so the numbers are not as good as they used to be. Luukkonen, his numbers aren't great, but since past January 3rd, even New Year's Eve, that game against Boston, where he really lit it up for Buffalo, he gave up 3 goals, but he saved 37, and he's been having a high number of saves in every one of these games over January, which is part of the reason why he was named Rookie of the Month for the month of January by the NHL. He was very good for Buffalo. He won, let's look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in the month of January. 6 of his 13 games came in 1 month, and he was excellent. He gives up 3 goals, but it seems like whenever that clock hits 5 minutes and below in the third period, and if the Sabres are in a competitive game, it seems like UPL just turns it up a notch. He really ramps up the intensity. His focusness just really improves here, and he keeps the Sabres in some of these big games. Unfortunately, for the first 55 minutes of the game, that's not so much the case. His tracking of the puck is not great. His positioning is sometimes wild. He still struggles going down too early and leaning over his upper body too much and leaving the top third of the net open for some elite shooters. But all of those are easy fixes. Those aren't terrible. That sounds like a lot of off-season work for him. But now that he feels somewhat settled here in Buffalo, it's totally expected that he will be brought back around for next year, and he will have a full offseason to work with the Sabres coaching staff, especially their goaltender coaches, who have done okay work over the last couple of seasons. UPL, with a full offseason to prep, with a whole half of a season to get things straight, I think he really can come out next season and be more improved. And to answer the question originally posed in this video, is he the goalie for the future for the Sabres? I think it's yes and no. Yes, in the sense that he will be the goalie for the next 2 to 3 seasons. It's highly unlikely that Craig Anderson will be back after this year. And it's even unlikelier that Eric Comrie will be the number one goalie. So because of that, UPL will be the goalie for the next 2 to 3 years. But this is his chance this season, next season, and the year after that. As Devin Levi continues to mature and develop in the Sabres organizational system, UPL has the opportunity to really solidify his place as the number one goalie for the Sabres for the next 5, 6, 7 years. But it all depends on what he does now. And if he keeps improving the way we've seen over the last month and a half, then I absolutely do expect UPL to be the goalie of the future. But with goalies, we know the learning curve is much, much lower or much higher. It takes them longer to develop. We see a lot of goalies only hit their prime by age 26, and Luukkonen is only 23 right now. So he's still, theoretically, got a ton of time before he hits his goaltending prime. And I feel like by the time he does, he'll already have been settled. He's showing flashes of athletic freakishness in the crease. He's making some great saves in clutch moments. He just needs to put it together and become more consistent. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I was Don. This is Buffalo SportsCenter. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.